So you guys are in Indianapolis. Who got the thing rolling? How do we get the band going?
Uh, Jay, go
Well,
ahead.
yeah. So the two of us, along with one of our other members, all played in another project a few years ago, about 4 years ago or so, and that one kind of fell apart. And everybody took some time, and we came back, had some new songs in a different style that we wanted to play. So made some lineup changes, added a drummer, and boom, there it was. And so Quentin and I write the songs and teach everybody else, and it goes from there.
Well, and I mean, new metal, that's almost like a dirty word anymore. It's coming back, though. I mean, I grew up in the new metal era. I love new metal, but what do you guys think now with new metal?
In my opinion, it's coming back in a couple different ways. I think a lot of the people that liked it when they were younger, like when people like Quentin and I's age were younger, uh, are the whole nostalgia play. And then you have like all the Gen Z TikTokers who are first discovering Deftones and Korn, and they are helping propel it as well. So with those two powers combined, I think it makes a nice little cultural shift again.
Yeah, well, on the description of the band, Quentin, it says your vocals are an arsenal. You're rapping, singing, you're screaming in every song. It's amazing just listening to you and the vocals on some of these songs. Where are you getting this? Is this just you? Where's this coming from?
So I could never ever say that it was only just me, mainly because there's a lot of different influences that I drove from or I've taken from, over the years. I had to learn from someone. Someone had to teach me. So pretty much, it is my own personal style. That's flat out. Like that's me. Like I sing like me. No one else is like sounds like me. I'm just me. But I did learn different deliveries and things of that nature.
Yeah, because on some of the songs, I'm like, Jesus, is there two vocalists? But it's all you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to when things come into my mind like that, it's one of those things where I kind of wanted to expand on that because before when I was just a rapper, that's all I did was rap. When I was a screamer, I was a screamer and that's all I did. When I was a singer, just when I just sang regularly, that's what I did. And then I combined them all and this is what came out.
well, Jake, you mentioned you two were in a different band together. What was that? Was that heavier or what was it?
I wouldn't say it was heavier. It was a little bit more watered down, uh, new metal, alternative metal, and Quentin actually played the drums and also did a gig for us playing bass guitar. He's the only member that can play every instrument.
Wow. Well, you're not far behind. You're playing bass. I saw you playing bass on the Hella Good rundown.
Yes, so I guitar is my primary, but if I could give a piece of advice to any guitar player, it is learn bass guitar.
well, Quentin, when you record this stuff, do you do drums?
It just really depends. Right now, for the initial recordings, yes, I create them. But the guy that plays drums for us now, Robbie Howard, he is in the future so far. Well, actually, not even the future now, taking over and doing that. So I don't have to do that now.
Okay. Nice. Well, I think, what was it, in 2023, you guys did the Hella Good cover. How do you pronounce her name? Is it Francesca?
Yeah,
Francesca. Yeah.
Francesca, yeah, from FDS band. Now she's in a new band, but it was Fate Destroyed too before FDS band. Did you guys know her? How did the combo come about?
this one's on you, Jake.
Yeah, so I'd had this idea in my head for a while, and I kind of went through the internet world, and I knew what I was looking for. I knew I wanted like a woman vocalist, someone that could pull off the style, and it was quite literally just me sending a DM saying, "Hey." I didn't do like any explaining. I just said, "Hey, I have this idea. I think you'd be a good fit." Sent a demo track didn't even tell her what the song was, just sent a demo. And then like a few hours later, I got a message back like, "Oh, I'm totally down to do this," and it went from there. But I knew like, okay, as long as and I had a couple other vocalists in mind too. She was like my first or second pick, and I was like, okay, if she'll just open the message and listen to it, I know she'll like it and she'll get it. And super glad that she did.
Yeah. Was she around Indy or where she live?
She lives in LA.
Oh, wow.
So she was nice enough to fly out to Indianapolis, film the music video with us, and helped promote it and everything, and then that was that.
Yeah. Beautiful girl. So it probably wasn't rough hanging out with her for a couple of days.
Yeah, she's pretty fun.
Yeah. And then cool enough to come to the video and everything. Who had the music in mind? Because I mean, the twist on Hella Good is sweet.
Yeah, that'd be me for the most part, and then when it comes to the breakdowns and stuff like that, that's when we have to get creative. But I've always said it's so easy. So many pop songs you can take, switch out like the guitars and the synths, or yeah, and with like the same sort of guitar, and just tune the whole thing down an octave, and all of a sudden, so many pop songs you can turn into a pretty easy metal track by just taking everything and dropping it a full octave, which is exactly what it is. The song itself, other than the breakdown parts, is the exact same notes that the original uses. It's just down an octave and has distorted guitars on it.
Yeah. We're chatting with Jake and Quentin from Koilos. Go check them out there on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube. Their latest EP, Die Another Day, is out now, along with the single and video for Digging. How's your kitten Daphne doing, Jake?
She's doing great. She's sitting right here on my bed. So,
Wow, she's
about
still tiny.
yes, we think like 8 or 9 weeks old, but no one really knows. So she is eating well and hasn't grown from what I can see, but I'm sure it'll happen before I can even notice.
It'll happen. Now, we got another cat last summer, so we have the two cat dynamic too. How does the other one like the new one?
Best friends.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Our new
you
one
can
just
tell
torments the hell out of the old one.
yeah, the old one, Timmy. He's I think he'll be around 8 sometime this month. I know he was born sometime in July, but I had a job change and I went from being remote every single day to being in an office. I'm up at 6 a.m. and get back around 5:30 or so. So I think that was an adjustment for him being home alone all day. Doesn't like it,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what? I know he yearned for a friend.
Quentin, are you a cat, dog guy? What do you got?
I have both. I have 3 cats and 1 dog.
Oh, geez, 3 cats?
Yes.
Wow.
Not his choice.
No, not my choice at all. But they're fine.
Yeah. I like my cats. I have 2 cats, 2 dogs, and yeah, at least the cats don't annoy me as bad as the dogs do all the time. Now, being in Indianapolis, Quentin, are you a Colts fan?
Actually, I was in the '90s when I was a kid. Now that I'm a little bit older, no. so so nobody hate me for that. But yeah, I used to be a long time ago, back
So
when
who
they
do
were
you like
good.
now?
I can't say that.
Well, I know Jake's a Bengals fan.
Oh yeah, he's a Bengals fan. I don't mind the Bengals or anything like that, but I used to be so I went from the Colts, being a Colts fan, to then I was a Steelers fan, and then right after being a Steelers fan, I was a Patriots fan.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's why I said I couldn't say it.
Well, you've had some lean years now after being on top. Are we still a Patriots fan?
Well, not nearly as much. Um, I'm kind of fair weathered on them anyway now. I just haven't watched nearly as much football as I used to, so to be a fan of another team. Like, and years ago, I was an Eagles fan. I was like a diehard Eagles fan as well. But I was thinking about starting to watch them again. But I'll be honest, man, with music and everything that's going on right now, we are really busy. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
see
that's
what
a good
happens.
thing. Well, and most musicians I talk to are not sports fans. So I was shocked when I saw Jake was a Bengals fan. I was like, okay, well, as I'm a
Oh yeah,
Steeler fan, my kid's a Bengals fan. So we butt heads and debate all season long. And Steelers are gonna have a rough year. I know that.
oh
Where
yeah.
did we shoot the Glass music video?
Good
That
question. So
was a very good question.
it's it was shot at the Indiana Dunes National Park
Oh
in
wow.
Michigan City, Indiana. So a lot of people don't realize that Indiana does have a beach, and it's about less than maybe less than 20 miles of coastline on the very tip on Lake Michigan, and it actually used to be a state park for a while, and was recently a portion of it was turned into a national park. And so but there's different parts that you can go to. That's still the state park, the national park. There's people that live on a part that's not a park. And I went to college in Valparaiso, Indiana, which was about 15 minutes away from the Indiana Dunes. So I'd been there before. I knew the area, and we wanted to do like a beach themed video shoot. So I threw that idea out. And it's not that far of a drive from us. It took about a little more than 2 hours to get there, and planned it out ahead of time. I was like, all right, we're gonna drive to this part of the beach because there's no fee or gate to get in. All we have to do is just show up in the parking lot, walk through the woods, and we were there in a part where like no one else was at. Nobody bothered us. And
I like how you explain this. I like how you explain how this is so easy. It was so easy to just walk through the woods. What he didn't tell you about is the freaking 20-foot hill you got to walk down and then back up.
With all your crap.
Yeah, with
a
all of it.
large dune. You had to go down a large dune to actually get to the water. But it's funny because we had somebody that had like reached out and they thought we were a Los Angeles band because of that video. We're like, nope, not even close.
Well, yeah, no one would have guessed that you filmed that in Indiana.
Yeah.
That's for sure. What, Quentin? Where are you getting your outfits?
Me?
Yeah.
It's a secret, man. I can't tell you guys that. Then everybody will dress like me, man. Well, I can tell you where I got one of them. So one of them was an Amazon outfit, and it is the one that is in that video.
Okay. So go watch the
So
Glass music video and
The ramen outfit.
the
the
ramen
ramen
outfit. Well, what's in digging? Is it SpongeBob?
No. So what's in digging is kind of hard to see, honestly. It didn't get really portrayed that well, which is it's all right. But it was a Scooby Doo outfit.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Scooby Doo marshmallow cereal.
Wow. Yeah, you're moving around too fast. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or all the colors in it. Die Another Day, their brand new EP is out right now. Nick Scott produced this. Is he in Indiana? Where'd you guys do this?
So we record everything at Quentin's house and do all the dry, just dry signal is what we're recording. Nick Scott, the mixing, mastering engineer, he's based somewhere in like middle or northern Michigan, but we've never actually met him. Would love to eventually, but we just cut all of our dry signal recordings that we made, email it to him, and then he does everything else, does the magic from his end, sends us back a completed song. So
Wow.
we
It's
we write
crazy
them,
anymore.
record them, and then he polishes it up. He adds his own stuff in there too, give it some extra flair, and makes it sound better than we can.
Yeah, well, he knows what he's doing. That's for sure. Digging the new music video. You shot this in a couple of different places. Was this in Indianapolis?
Actually, this was shot in one place. So this was shot at Nightmare on Edgewood Haunted House in Indiana.
Oh, okay. But in a couple of
So
different rooms then.
oh yeah, a couple different rooms. Definitely like say probably like 3 or 4 different rooms, and then a massive backdrop in the very beginning.
Yeah. Well, is that what inspired the face paint?
So no, the face paint is like more of like a it's more of a symbol for the song. So the face paint, you know, in the song "Digging," I do the lyrics that I made for that song are more about mental health and you know, and things of that nature. Talking about you know, cutting yourself to see the inside of yourself. You know,
Yeah.
because we're all different on the inside first off, but we're all a little bit twisted on the inside as well. And the Day of the Dead makeup is just kind of like how we felt. All of our makeup is different, you know, so it just kind of fit that bill. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes we feel a little dead inside, so Day of the Dead makeup it is.
Yeah. There you go. Well, in mental health, I mean, how was COVID on you guys?
Um, I'll be 100% honest. COVID for us as a band around that time, while it affected a lot of people, I don't think it really had the effect on us. Mainly because at the time, like when COVID was heavy, we were doing another project.
Okay. Yeah, it was
Oh
good to
yeah,
be busy at that time.
I was never better during COVID. I got to work from home. All I was doing was just working from home, writing music, jamming out, and Indiana didn't close completely. It wasn't like New York or California where you were locked inside all day. There were still cities that were doing live music, and the state never completely shut down. So my life, at least me personally, like was marginally changed.
No, and I
Yeah.
don't even think I was really working around that time. I think I was shooting video from most of that, being a videographer.
Nice. Well, that's good. Yeah. The good thing about Wyoming, we really didn't shut down either. I just got COVID like 3 times. That was the only problem.
Yeah, I got it once. It was on a cruise ship.
I
So,
Oh,
got it once when we went to Vegas.
oh,
geez. Yeah. I've had it at least 4 times so far. And I think I just had it a couple weeks ago again, but I didn't
jeez.
test. I was like, this sucks. But, well, Jake, you also play the 7 string guitar. You just picked up an Ibanez.
Yes, I did. I love this research that you've done. I love talking about this stuff. But yes, I have. We play in some low tunings, and the low tunings require some unorthodox means. And now I had wanted that type of guitar for a while, and something lighter. I'm not a huge strong guy, and the guitars I've been playing are so heavy on me. And so I'd always wanted an Ibanez, and I knew that I wanted that style guitar. It's always just a little bit out of my budget, but R.I.P. to Sam Ash when they're having the liquidation sale. There's one less than a mile away from me. I got the email that they were, everything had to go, and I had known a couple months back at least that they had that guitar on the wall, and so I went in there, walked into the spot where I had seen it last time a couple months prior. It was still there because I knew that the people that live around the area that I live at, they're not playing that guitar for the type of music they're playing. So I knew there was a good chance it'd still be there, and it was like cut. The price was cut by about 400 or so dollars, and I was like, all right, let's go. I had to get it then and there.
Yeah. Sale. Sold. It's mine. So
Oh yeah.
thanks for it. June 20th, you guys are playing. What is this? The Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis? Where's this?
It is a local venue, and it is not to be confused with the original Hoosier Dome,
Well, that's what
which
I saw. That I was like, holy shit! These guys are playing at the Hoosier Dome.
the Hoosier Dome was. I think they when the Hoosier Dome was changed to RCA Stadium, which then changed to something else, which then changed to Lucas Oil.
Which
I don't
then
I don't know
probably
that 100%, somewhere around there,
which
but
then changed to
so
a parking lot.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So
and
now it's a club, the Hoosier
That
Dome.
was a sad day, man.
Yeah,
it's a smaller local venue, but been around for a while and very popular amongst younger, more youthful crowd. So that's a type of crowd I've always wanted to I've always wanted to try and like see what the reaction would be of like high school and college age people on our music. Like, would they think it's cool? Do they think we're just a bunch of boomers? So I'm hoping for that sort of turnout to see because the young people drive the trends. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, how's the rock scene in Indy?
well,
Well, so I can kind of answer that a little bit. So our scene in Indy is it's kind of it's kind of dead a little bit. There is a lot that goes on here. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot. Okay, but as for like years ago, I used to play in a metal band. There was a there wasn't a weekend or almost a weekday where you couldn't go out and see a show. And now I'm seeing shows, every now and then. But for us, it's important for us not to play our state over and over again. We're trying to get our music out there, which
Yeah.
means we have to play across America and all over the world. So, like we've played in Vegas, we've went up to Michigan so far and played as well. We've been in Ohio and played. We've played in Chicago as well. We're doing more than just surroundings. We drove clear across the United States to play a show. So we're trying to get out there. So here, I would say, locally, it's kind of a little bit. It's dying a little bit mainly because some of the what I would say some of the places that we used to be able to play just do not exist anymore. There's only like a handful of venues. There are some that are opening up, and things of that nature. But COVID took a hit on that. A lot of people's wallets took a hit. Stuff happens. Venues come, venues go. But that's pretty much all I can say about our scene here. It is a good scene when it is together.
Yeah.
But
Flowing.
when
Well, you're
it's
playing with a
not,
couple bands that night, so that's a good
oh
thing.
yeah, oh yeah. No, there's bands
Indianapolis,
all over the place. It's just places to play.
Yeah.
it's a big city. Like punk is huge in Indy. If you're a punk band in Indianapolis, you'll have no shortage of shows to play if you play punk or hardcore. Or if you're a cover band, you can quit your job and be a full-time cover
Oh
band
yeah,
guy and have
you
the time of
absolutely
your
can.
life. So, and I feel like a lot of basically every Midwest metropolitan city outside of Chicago is kind of that same way.
Yeah. Even Denver, there's a lot of like tribute bands are like huge right now. It's crazy. And like Jane's
Oh
Addiction
yeah.
and like older bands. It's kind of funny. But how did you two guys meet?
Yo, Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, so we met through one of our mutual friends that I had been like writing and playing some music with, and he was like, "Yeah, man, well, I got this friend who is a drummer, and we started just kind of jamming out with Quentin at his house, and that turned into the band that we had about four years ago or so, and more friends that I met through Quentin just kind of expanded my overall, I guess, footprint with making friends in the music scene that way. And so yeah, it came from a mutual friend that we had that I'd been jamming with, writing some music with, that had known Quentin for a long time.
Yeah. The show on June 20th, are we wearing the cape?
That's a good question. I do love the Cape dearly, and especially I love medieval things. I like Game of Thrones, and that was like kind of my inspiration. And I'm also a big fan of Robert Pattinson's Batman. That's where the inspiration came from for the cape. And but I would like to have the cape. I think I'm gonna bring it. I'm not sure if the crowd will dig it or not, but it's certainly going to be in the arsenal.
It'll be a game time decision. So you got to go June 20th, the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis, and check the guys out. Quentin, do we know our outfit for the show?
Yep, we sure do.
We don't want to tell them, though. You got to go see it.
I don't even know it.
No, he doesn't even know it. They're a surprise. I always like surprising everybody with them because they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah. Well, after this, what's the plan? Are we going to try and play more dates? What's happening?
Oh yeah, we're absolutely going to try to play more dates. So the biggest thing right now is that we are trying to get as much attention as we can towards what we have put out. So there's a lot of promotional stuff that's going on and things of that nature that happen behind the scenes. And we're also um, attempting to get, it'll be probably our first tour will probably happen within the next, this year or the next, we'll be set up, we'll be ready to go.
Nice. Are you still filming videos? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely still filming videos right now. Right now I've been kind of holding off on filming any more band videos and things of that nature. But when I do start up again, it will be for permanent, hopefully. But right now I'm, working with, Nightmare on Edgewood to film their commercial, and I'm working with just a handful of other videographers as well to film their movies or help wherever I can.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys, so much for coming on. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Jake and Quentin from Koilos. Here's their latest single. It's Digging. It's a takeover. CBJRadio.com.